we want to solve the inequality. So what does it take for a fraction to be negative? You might just brainstorm about the possibilities. If we were to have a negative in a numerator and we want the thing to be less than 0, then you have to have a positive denominator. So this is actually going to be possibility 1. This problem was different from my last problem. In the last problem, we wanted the fraction to be greater than 0, therefore we needed a positive over a positive or a negative over a negative. In this particular problem, we want the fraction to be less than 0. So our first possibility is that we could have a negative numerator and positive denominator. If we had a positive numerator and a negative denominator, these would be the two possibilities. We would not consider, positive over positive, because that would make a positive. And then a negative divided by a negative would also make a positive. So these would not be part of our solution. Okay, so what are going to be my statements here? I need the numerator to be negative, and I need the denominator to be positive. So let's write that. The numerator is less than 0, and the denominator, x, needs to be greater than 0. For possibility 2, I need my numerator to be positive, and I need my denominator to be negative. So let's write that. Between these two possibilities, we want to put an OR. Now let's solve each of the inequalities. This one's already solved. And we could do the right side as well. Okay, now I'm going to graph each of the individual results. Let's plot them separately first. Here's some relevant numbers, 0 and 4. Okay, so we need x less than 4, and we also need x being greater than 0. When you use an AND with two inequalities like that, you need to find what's called the intersection. Intersection means where they overlap. So that would only be this region here. So then we join them together into one final result called the intersection. Which looks like that. And so x is between 0 and 4. In interval notation, 0, 4. Now let's graph the other guy. You need x to be greater than 4. And you need x to be less than 0. Problem is, no numbers meet those criteria of being both greater than 4 and less than 0. So what do we have? No solution. What we need, though, at the end is to join these two results together with an OR. So it could be the left possibility or the right possibility. So we're going to be finding what's called the union of these two. So if you place them like above and below each other, whenever you're finding an OR, you're finding what's called the union. of 0, 4 and no solution. Okay, so when you find the union, you just merge the two together into one final result. And basically everybody who's on that top line is going to come down and be part of the final result. If this guy had something to contribute to the union, then we would take that point and bring it down and have it be part of the final solution. But, we don't have that, of course.